Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Football Club Barcelona. Now, we're at the end of the season, about to play the final game, which we're going to show just on camera, just to show some of the youngsters, really, and a few other players. We won the title, 100 points, going to finish on probably 103, which is a much better points total than last year. We've got far more goals scored and actually, quite close for goals against. Goals against have been pretty good, hasn't it, over the 2 seasons. Real Madrid are going to finish in the... Oh, no, they may not finish in the Champions League. They were quite clear a second ago. I don't know what's happened to them. Did they drop points recently? They must have done. Oh, wow, yeah. A loss and 2 draws. Wow. They had it wrapped up and now they don't. And it's them against Villarreal. Interesting. Okay, so hopefully Real Madrid do actually, I think, make it into the Champions League, because if they get into the Champions League group stage, they could get a tough group and get hammered 6 times, or at least drop points on a regular basis in that early sort of like September, October period, where if they go into the Europa League, they could just smash everybody and it could set their full morale just to, carry on. So I do think, in terms of this save, it can still be a successful save if next season, yet again, we win the league and win the Champions League in the way that we currently are playing. But we have to win the Champions League. It will still be, I think, a successful season, because we'll have a tactical recreation at the end of it for me to give it to you. A tactical recreation that works on its own as a blueprint, but you can take it however you like from that point on. But also a tactic that was able to win everything in the end. We're just going to be 1 trophy down on Pep's trophy haul. But I think that, if this goes well and we win it, this could be like a good little series just to do on the channel. Like every time we'll just do a recreation all the time. So it'll be, right now it's Pep with Barcelona. The next one might be, I don't know, it could be Simeone at Atletico. It could be Klopp at Liverpool. It could be Wenger at Arsenal. Brian Clough at Forest. It could be any of these things. It could be any of these recreations of these teams. So I think that going forwards, this is going to be a regular thing on the channel, where we're always going to have a series going that's a recreation series. I think this seems to do really well. People seem to enjoy this. So I'm going to definitely try and keep this going as long as I can, as long as I'm allowed to, of course. But yeah, for now, it's all good. I'm all in the clear at the moment to carry on creating content. So we're going to carry on with it into the 3rd season. Now, the 3rd season, I don't know how many videos we're going to do at the start, because I'm assuming we'll definitely start the season off, and I'm assuming we're just going to destroy the league again. But I could be wrong. I've been wrong before on this series. So the tactic is still this, and we're still looking good. I am making transfers already. I think I might leave who we're bringing in to the next episode, because that's normally what we do. But I've already bought 4 players with the budget, and I've already decided a few players are going. You probably can see by some of the players that leave and what positions they're going to be in. But I feel like we definitely need a better Busquets. Like Ndombele should be like our backup Busquets. He reminds me almost like his attributes of what Yaya Torres was like on Football Manager 9 before he got like the boosts of becoming a top world class player. He was okay, Yaya, but he wasn't amazing on Football Manager 9 if I remember correctly. So I mean, he's like the backup player that can come in and do bits and pieces for us. So I don't know. Ndombele, if I have to sell him to bring in his replacement, I will. But I ideally would like to not have to do that and just bring in somebody and keep Ndombele as like an extra player. So yeah, anyway, Ndombele will almost definitely be a backup player or be gone next season. Frankie de Jong has to play more. I think that what the issue I sort of ran into was that he's really Xavi. I mean, I've put Gavi in there, but if you think about in 2009, Xavi was, I don't know how old Xavi was, but I know he wasn't 19 years old, which is what Gavi is, or 18 years old. So Gavi long term is going to be Xavi. It's just obvious. But right now, he's not in the attributes, right? Like Xavi was at the top of his game, incredibly good mental attributes. And really, I should have been using Frankie de Jong, at least in the Champions League games. And I need to try and use Frankie de Jong more in the 2 more advanced roles. And at the very least in the Champions League games, I should have used him as our pivot, as our Busquets, because he could be Busquets as well. Like, he could do almost anything. He's incredible, Frankie de Jong. And in hindsight, because I didn't have another, advanced midfielder to come in for Pedri or Gavi, I was having to use Frankie de Jong as the spare player in case something bad happened. Like, I didn't want to be like 70 minutes into a game against Chelsea with Pedri, Gavi, de Jong in the middle, and one of them get injured, and then I've got to bring on somebody who's just nowhere near the level. Do you know what I mean? So that's why I was using him as like in reserve. But that was a mistake in hindsight. Like, I firmly believe that if I was to do this again, we could easily have got all the trophies in 2 years. Like, I'm sure if you were to do this recreation after me, or even start now and try and catch up with me to the 3rd season, you're going to probably do better than me, I would expect. Because I don't think you'll have too much problem winning the league, and the Champions League you can't do much worse. So yeah, it was a lot of tweaking to get there, but I'm really annoyed still at the fact we got knocked out, but we did. That's football. That's Football Manager. So we're out. Get on with it. So Frankie de Jong is out. We're gonna for this game, and we're gonna apply some of these players now. This lad here, like if this was a long-term save, I did think about this during the save at some point. That should I just make this into a normal save afterwards? Because like we've already got like we're gonna recreate Pep sort of objective. Then after that, we want to try and keep the money, going out down as low as we can, while still building a good team and working with the academy. And like this lad's going to come in and be really good. There's some other players in the academy that look very good as well. So I don't know. At the end of the third season, I will wait and let people comment what they think we should do with the save, because we could end it there or we could carry it on. But I'm only going to do the recreation for 3 seasons. Like after this third season come in, like if we make any tweaks this coming season, those will be the last tweaks. There'll be no more tweaks after that. It will just stay, pretty much stay as it is. I like Oscar as a backup centre back. Yeah, so this game today, for the last game, we're just going to play as many academy products as we could that were in the first team sort of squad anyway, except for him who came in for the injured. I think Dion got injured, so he came into the squad. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 of the starting 11 are academy prospects here. So that's pretty good. And Tenyast, I do think, looks not too bad as a keeper. Not too sure who the better one is out of him and Pena still. It's tough to decide. But anyway, that's going to be a team for today's game. We're going to go into this one against Espanyol, who could go down. No, they got themselves out of it in the end. Okay. So yeah, they're safe anyway. But yeah, we're going to play this game. Then we'll do end of season review. So let's get into it. Assistant manager says, do it for the fans. Well, let's say meaningless. I suppose it's the Catalan derby, I suppose, yeah. But the actual game doesn't mean much, does it? It probably should show you the results after this game as well. Like, we've got some incredible results recently. We've been smashing teams. The average possession for the league's going to be quite high. And we obviously only switched to the attacking version a bit quite late on. And that's already 1-0. Second corner. And that's, wow, 2 from 2 corners. Now, I've not had that often, even since the change. With the change, I think, right before the second leg against Chelsea, I changed the routine so it was on mixed. And we've now scored 2 in the same game here, which we weren't really doing before. It was better. We still did start to score the odd one, but it didn't change it like a like an exploit sort of tactic, or exploit set piece tactic. Football on the left hand side, we're building up possession. Comes across to Oscar, who's gonna don't you get a hat trick in this game. Pedri stays on it. Eric Garcia, Balde, see all the La Masia products. See Ansu Fati, Balde. Yeah, I also concluded that if you think back to that team, good goal. That was a load of players at their prime. Some of them were slightly younger, but you had like Xavi, Henry, Eto'o, Puyol, Piqué. Well, Piqué was still fairly young. Dani Alves was slightly older. Abidal, they were at their absolute primes, like mid-20s, mid to late 20s, that sort of stuff. Then you had like Messi was still quite young. A lot of players that were young. Iniesta was slightly younger as well than Xavi, but we really just have a bunch of youngsters. So I sort of need to, in the recreation, buy, I think, players with that high level of mental attributes. Otherwise, we're always going to be slightly further behind of where we like to be. So that was nearly a third goal from set piece. So there's going to be some of the purchases and buys we managed to make are out of a bit of frustration with what happening against Chelsea. I'm furious with that. To go home and away legs, no goals scored, extra time, no goals scored is just unreal. And I think the tactic does create enough chances. We score a lot of goals generally, so that must have been down to just in those crucial moments, like just not being able to take those good chances against good opposition and not creating enough. So yeah, it's going to be a big change. That's 5-0 at half time with the academy effectively. Yeah, this tactic is very good the way it is now, and it plays pretty good as well. Got our little Abidal to Busquets. Busquets says, "Where's Iniesta?" There he is. Thank you very much. And our new Iniesta, 17 years old, says, "Come on, keeps." And starts sitting in the post. 5-0. Hang out from the back, our Barcelona here. And we're going to stay on it. Oh, I hate that. I absolutely detest that. That sort of like just aerial pass for no reason. It infuriates me. That's why I want to sort of recreate Pep's 2011 team, because then I could play with a false 9, really. I don't think Samuel Eto'o could have been down as a false 9. It's 5-1. That frustrates me. I hate those passes. They bring on some players off the bench, really just to say goodbye. I'm not sure that Azori or Bellerin's going to leave. One of them will, so they can just switch for each other. Pedri can come off. Castrovilli, we'll say goodbye to you. I think Gelson Martins can come on, because we're going to definitely be saying goodbye to him as well. Yes, Ansu Fati will go on to become, I think, either Pedro for us or Bojan from that 2008-2009 season. That's sort of the role he's going to end up taking now. Like before this season, he's been now Thierry Henry, but he's really good. You'll win the league every year with Ansu Fati as your left winger. But in those like tight games where you might need him to just go and get you a goal in a tight area, he doesn't seem to do that against the English teams. And that's another thing, right? If you're doing recreations and you're seeing somebody else do a recreation on a possession-based tactic, and the league that they select isn't the English league, isn't the Premier League, I'm always a little suspicious, because like here we're doing it with Barcelona because that's the team we're recreating. But like if people are doing like possession tactics with, I don't know, today's Manchester City, and they do it with the team in Portugal or even Spain. Just the possession is so much easier to gain possession and keep possession with big sides in these kind of leagues. I think down to how the opposition set up against you in these leagues compared to the English league on the game. So that's always something to factor in. So like I think if I was to take this tactic right now and play as Manchester City first season, we would not be getting, I don't think, this away from home against, Crystal Palace or somebody, although this is a derby, I suppose. But yeah, there's something to consider and watch out for, because I've noticed that as well, testing way before I joined SI, something that I knew way beforehand. 6-1 then, right, good. End of season review is going to be interesting. So quick look at their points, 103 points is really good. Average possession, 65% average possession, that's very good. 32,000 passes completed, that is really good as well. Be interesting to see how we do with this tactic from the start and a slightly improved side. But yeah, my point with Ansu Fati is if you look at him, like he's good. He is not like... he's good because we're all looking at him and we're looking 20 years old, right? And he's going to get just better and better and better, and that's true. And he will get very, very good. But right now, looking at him, he is not going to be 30 goals a season, unquestionable, play well every game sort of player, right? He's a really good part of the system, and we need him to be like an excellent player. He is like more like Pedro or Bojan from that season rather than Thierry Henry, whereas we need a Thierry Henry, and I've got somebody in mind for Thierry Henry. And some of you may say, yeah, I see that. Some of you may be like, you're making your job easy for yourself, but we've got to spend money at some point. The club will give us money. We're not financial experts here at this football club. We're just a football coach, right? So we're just a manager. So we're just going to buy players with the money they give us. So there we are. But we'll save that for next time. Season review, the new arrivals. Erling Haaland, yeah, fair enough. Fair enough, I'll take that. Yeah, he's going to be amazing, I think, next season as our Messi on the right-hand side. I'd like to sign somebody who's more like a direct replacement for Messi. I did look at Salah, but they want still ridiculous money for him, so it's not really an option. So Gaia, yeah, fantastic. He's definitely more like, I guess, Jordi Alba in future years rather than anybody from that season, but needs must. Samuel Eto'o there, Alexander Isaac's come in. He did alright. He actually didn't do as good as I thought. He missed a lot of chances, and his mentals aren't great. He's only got flaring off the ball that's above 15. So he's a really good striker on the game, isn't he? 6'3", he's quick, he can finish, he can dribble. He just fits the game really well, but in terms of being like an out-and-out world-class striker, he doesn't really have the mentals for that. So we've also got a player to come in for that as well, which everybody's gonna enjoy. Guardiola, just, yeah, class, absolute class, centre-back. He's more like Abidal than anybody else, for being perfectly honest. Ivakovic did well as a cheap goalkeeper. Hopefully we can, we will keep him the next season. There's no doubts about that. Adeyemi's improving. He's doing alright. It'd be a good backup next season. Not really sure. Maybe he's Pedri and Fati's Bojan. Not sure. Maybe. Sounds like being disrespectful there, but I'm not. His name is Ansu Fati. Mukoko, he's 18. He'll get world class, but this save isn't, let's play for Barcelona for 10 years and recreate the Barcelona team in 10 years' time. We're trying to recreate the tactic right now, so there we go. Bellerin is a homegrown product from the Barcelona Academy, but I am not entirely sure he's good enough. We'll see next season who we can get in. Castrovilli's going to be gone. That's that. Results, yep, they were brilliant domestically. There's no doubts about that. Moments, yep. Lots of good moments. 7-0, 8-1. Finances have all gone up. There we go. We're saving the football club. We're not even the financial experts. We're saving the football club. Accolades. Yeah, I don't know how Pedri's not ended up in that team, but he has not. There we go. In the making, signing the season, player of the season, Erling Haaland. Yeah. All the seasons, Gabby. I mean, Erling Haaland's won a lot of awards there. That's quite funny. Nico, most passes completed per 90 minutes. That's pretty good. Lazard, most assists. He must have taken a few corners as well, I would assume. And that is going to do it. There we are. Yep, I know. Yep, we did that as well. I know you're so happy with me. Thank you very much. I told the boys we're going to win the Champions League next season. They're up for that. Good. Hudson Daka's loan will be getting terminated. He's going to be gone. Allo will move to the right wing. That leaves Isaac as the only real striker at the club. So we're going to bring somebody else in to go with him as a striker. Mukoko will be like Mukoko, Fati, and Adeyemi will be basically Bojan, Pedro, and I don't know, one other from that season as the sort of like backup squad players, what they can move to. Gelson Martins will be gone. Let's get him now. He'll be gone next season. He'll just move out the squads. I'll replace that. Elias, I mean, he could be in the squad a little bit next season. He's not quite there and he's 19 already, which I mean, yeah, he's probably not quite good enough. But if there's an emergency for domestic games, he could easily come in for a cup and league game, no problem. Nico is like, I don't know, he's not Busquets. He's just not, but He's homegrown. He'll be here next season as the squad player again. Tried to get him some more games towards the end. 14 starts isn't really enough for him to develop, so we'll see. Balde probably will stay as an emergency fullback on the left side, but again, he probably won't play. It's probably last season with the club. Centre-backs are going to stay exactly the same, I think. We didn't concede to Chelsea at all. Defensively, we were not really in trouble at any point in the season. The only way I would change something is I might sell him and bring in another centre-back, because even though he's been pretty good, he's actually lost some of his attributes already. And I normally get Lacroix, and he normally is excellent. He just gets better. On this one, he's got worse. So I don't know whether we've got a just worse version of him in this save or what, but I'm considering selling him for like big money and just replacing him with somebody else for big money. That is a possibility here, because he's not really been that effective for us, I guess, in terms of Cavadio and Eric Garcia both also excellent. So yeah, that's probably what we'll do there. Eagles will say the same. So lots of similar players for next season. There will be some changes though. The starting 11 will definitely improve, has to. And we'll go again next season, try and win the league again. But most importantly, the only thing I care about next season really is the Champions League. That's the big thing we have to go for. We have to win it. We have to win it next season. Otherwise, I'm calling this not a success. This won't be a successful set. It could be a successful recreation because the tactic will be there, but it won't be a successful series if that makes any sense, in my opinion anyway. But that is going to do it. When this video comes out, or maybe beforehand, I would have done this, but this tactic is going to get released, so I will save this as it is and release this on Steam, so you can all download it. You can all use it. But if you do use it, just let me know how you're getting on with it. That's all I want to know. I just want to hear if you're using it, if it's working for you, and if it's not, what league you're playing in, all that good stuff. But that being said, thank you very much for watching. We'll be back next year. Hopefully win the Champions League. See you then.